Morning, Thursday morning again. So welcome to our prenatal Pilates and stretch session. So particularly useful for anyone who is currently pregnant, any stage, any trimester. But also suitable for anyone who just wants a little bit of a gentler workout just to start the day, or perhaps is just looking for a little bit of stretch and mobility to get them going for the day. So you don't have to be pregnant to take part, but particularly suitable for those that are, because we won't be doing anything that's contraindicated for any stage of pregnancy. So we're going to be looking today at controlling our pelvic floor. So if you are pregnant, you will be seeing so much information about how important it is to be doing our pelvic floor exercises. It's not always easy to remember to do them. Also, just for anyone, pelvic floor is super important to keep healthy and keep strong. So we're just going to be working through a series of pelvic floor control exercises, standing, lying and seated, so in 3 different positions, just so we build that into the workout. We're going to be starting standing. We will then be going onto our backs, but not for too long, because obviously that is really important, particularly if you are past your into your 2nd or 3rd trimester. Then we don't want to be lying on our backs for too long. So we will go onto our backs to release the lower spine, but we won't be there for too long. And then we'll be spending a little bit more time seated. So standing, a little bit lying, and then onto seated. Okay, so you just need a bit of comfortable area to work in. Make sure you're warm enough, because the pace of the session is slow. You want to be warm enough. We're stretching, so we want all those muscles to be warm as they stretch. Make sure that you've got comfortable flooring and that you're not going to slip on anything when we take our legs wider in the warm-up. And that's all we need. So let's hop on up. Okie dokie, so we'll be using 2 different standing positions today, but let's start in our classic posture. But I do want us to go a little bit wider, because we're thinking chiefly prenatal. Those of us that do have a bump here, we're going to need somewhere to put that bump as we roll down. Now, if there's no bump in the way, you can keep those feet underneath your hips as we would normally place you. But if you have got that bump to think about, go a little bit wider so you're more lined up with the outside edge of your hips, so that we can roll down a little bit easier. Particularly if you're in the later stages, I'm finding now that when I roll down, there really isn't much room. Everything's getting so cramped up in there. So unless I've got the space between my legs, it feels quite uncomfortable. So let's just pick the position that works best for us. Level up across the big toes, so we know that the pelvis is nice and square. And then maybe just have a little play through the feet. So I like to have a little rock forwards and back, and just gently come up onto my tiptoes. And as the weight rocks back, really lift and spread out your toes. And then just relax your feet into the floor. Again, lift your toes up, spread them out, so like you're spreading your fingers, and then just relax them down into the floor. Softening our knees just slightly, and then let's allow that tailbone to just tuck away underneath us. So particularly if you've got any tilt on your pelvis, or maybe you didn't have tilt before, but the weight of a bump is pulling your pelvis forward. So for me, it's exaggerating the pelvic tilt that I already have. Then tucking that tailbone is going to feel lovely on your lower back, as it just allows those muscles and ligaments there to return to their normal size, and they're not all contracted and squashed. So let's just come up through the chest, open out those shoulders, maybe give them a little bit of a wiggle, and then think lifting through chest, chin, and crown of head. So we really do feel like we're drawn up to our maximum height, so as tall as we can be. Let's let that chin sink down. So as I always like to start with the neck, let's drop the chin down. And then just have a little bit of a rock and roll of our heads. Side to side. Maybe feeling a little bit of crunching or grinding, that's okay. And then draw that head back up on top. Peeking over the right shoulder and just really draw the shoulders back and down as you do that. See if you can go a little bit taller through the centre as you come through and look over left. And then just come back to centre. If you drop your right ear down to your right shoulder and just let it lay. So we should be having a really lovely strong stretch there. Left side of your neck. Tick-tock through the middle, down to the other side. Such a simple stretch but feels so nice on your neck. And then tick-tock through again. Drop down that right ear. And then if you rotate your chin and just tuck it in towards that shoulder, lovely, lovely. And then just rotate out again, so we bring it back out, head comes up, down, you go to the left, just pause. And then just rotate your chin in, so it's like you're just turning your head to look at your shoulder. And then just rotate back out, come back up. Let's start to work the spine down. So take your chin down and just your shoulders. So we're starting to work down in sections. And then build up the shoulders, neck and head. A little bit further into the upper back. So go chin, head and neck, shoulders, upper back. So just pausing like a rag doll. Enjoy that stretch. And then upper back builds up. Shoulders, head and neck. Mid-spine this time. So dropping chin, shoulders, upper back, mid-spine. Pause. Maybe have a little bit of a wiggle if that feels good. And then let's start to work our way back up. So let's start to rebuild. Restacking. And now this time let's go all the way down. So enjoy this. Come down with the chin. Shoulders, upper back, mid-spine. Oh, into that lower back. Feel those hamstrings stretching out as well. And then let's start to rebuild. Bend your knees a little. Up you go. And then roll those shoulders back at the top. So to exaggerate the roll of your shoulders. Lovely. One more roll. And then if you take your arms with you as you roll, so make a big circle, just as far as that shoulder rotation wants to go. Not trying to push it. Nice. And then if we roll our shoulders forward, so just the shoulders. Again, so simple, but feels so nice on those shoulders. Let's just do one more of those. So lovely and big. Then take your arms with you, so make it bigger, all the way up and over. Nice. And again, so all the way up and over, just as far as they want to go. And then just because the shoulders are now placed forwards, just roll them back and slide them down. So let's just roll them back and slide them down. Lovely. So let's step wider. So we're going to go into a wider base. Toes and knees pointing out to the corners, so we're protecting the joints that way. And we've just got a little soft bend into those knees, tucking that tailbone under again. So it's really easy here to just let that pelvis tip forwards, but I want you to just keep that tailbone tucked under. That's going to feel lovely on your lower back. And we still want to snug those shoulders back. Imagine your shoulders are like Lego bricks and they're stacked up over your hips. So we're not leaning forwards at all, we've stacked up over our hips. Belly button starts to draw in, and I want you to squeeze up on that pelvic floor. So imagine that best way to describe it is that you're on the loo and you're trying to stop yourself going to the toilet. So you squeeze up through the front and back passage. Should feel like we're lifting that little canopy of muscles down here and lifting them up towards the base of the top of the pelvis, up towards the ribs. So like you're doing a zipper, like you're pulling that zipper up. And then I want you to release under control. So just release under control. And again, we're going to zip up. So I want you to squeeze up through front and back passage. Imagine there's a little canopy of muscle and you're just drawing it up into that pelvis in the direction of the bottom of that rib cage. And then release it under control. So just want you to do that twice more here. So imagine you're going to pull your zipper and up you go. So we should feel everything tightening up. So like you're trying to stop yourself having a wee. Hold. Releasing under control, and then just do that one more time. So trying to just imagine you're pulling the zipper, pulling it up and holding. And then just gently release under control. Now let's see if we can keep a feel of just a slight hold on that pelvic floor. Let's go up and over with that left side. Oh, again, so simple but so lovely. Good. Come back to the center. Inhale, exhale, over you go. See if you can go a bit further. Really lifting up this stretch out of your hip on that left side. Lovely. Let's just do one more. If you hold it over there this time. Lovely. And then let your left shoulder just dip forward. So just let the left shoulder dip forwards a bit. Feel the stretch go across the upper back. And then come up and over. Lovely. Take the right one up. Snug those shoulders back. See if you can get that little feel of squeezing up. And then over you go. So right out of that hip. Oh, lovely. Then come back to center. Exhale, over you go. See if you can get a bit more stretch. Fabulous. Come on back. Last one, last one. So over you go. Hold it there. And then just drop your right shoulder forwards. Feel the stretch move and then just come up and over. Lovely. Beautiful. Come on up with both of your arms. Frame your ears. So that just means arms by your ears. And then just drop your shoulders down. Make sure your knees are soft. We're going to come over into a lovely tabletop back. So let's draw the belly button in. Now you're going to start to push your bottom out towards the wall behind you. And we're going to take those arms forwards and feel as though we're bringing ourselves more parallel to the floor. Keep pulling the shoulder blades down. So I want you to pull the shoulder blades away from the ears. Coming on back up. Keep the knees soft. Relax your arms down. Let's do that one more time. So come on up, frame your ears. Drop the shoulders, so physically draw them down. Belly button and pelvic floor. And then start to come on over. So bottom pushes back and we really feel like we're stretching away into those fingertips. Shoulder blades draw down. Come on up, last time. And just relax down with those arms, lovely. Take the left side up one more time. And then just tick-tock over to the right one. So a little bit more fluidity this time. Nice, just do one more either side. Feels so good, so simple but so good. Last one over. And just relax. Lovely, so if we wiggle our feet in, and we're going to pop ourselves down, short section on our back. So we're not going to be on our back for too long. We're just going to work shoulder bridge and think about that pelvic floor as well. So let's pop down however you are comfortable. Oh, which for me now isn't very elegant, getting myself down onto the floor. So just use those arms, prop yourself up, and down you go. Oh. There we go. Okay, so let's have our feet flat to the floor. And we're going to think about the pelvic floor first. So we're going to work on drawing the pelvic floor up, like we're pulling up our zipper, and those 4 repetitions. So before we go anywhere, is the spine in neutral? Oh, hello babies, just woken up. So let's feel that lower back, just drawing down gently into the floor. And then let's think about drawing that zipper up. So imagine you've got hold of your zipper and we're just squeezing up front and back passage. So you might find that it feels quite different standing, sitting and lying. So I find it really far more easy to bring up the pelvic floor when I'm lying on my back. Maybe because I'm used to Pilates and I'm used to contracting my pelvic floor lying down. And then just release it under control. So really important not to just let it go, but to try and release under control in stages. So let's just squeeze up through that zipper again. Holding that tension, make sure you keep breathing. And then just releasing under control. So if we do 2 more of those, so draw that zip up, squeeze. Imagine that canopy of muscles being contracted and drawn up. And then just release. We're just going to do 1 more of those. So if you just squeeze on up to the top and hold. Lovely. And then if you just release that one there. So creep your feet closer to your bottom so we can work into our shoulder bridge. Now your arms are actually going to just stay on the floor. So just relax those arms, chest nice and open, shoulders are wide. So let's zip pelvic floor, belly button draws in, peel that spine away and release all the way back down. So feel the spine laying back down, tailbone is last. Let's get hold of our zipper, squeezing on up, rolling that spine. Good, squeeze your bottom at the top and then let's roll all the way back down. Lovely. Good. So we've got a nice bit of fluidity in that movement because we're not using the arms. We've got a little bit more pace to it so we can keep a bit more rhythm. Bit of a squeeze at the top and then start to lay that spine all the way down. Feels so super nice. Let's just do 2 more. So rolling up and away, peel, peel, peel. Lovely. Coming on down. Nice. And then if we just do that 1 more time. So let's roll that spine away. Fabulous. And then roll all the way back down. Lovely. Bring your arms up into a T. Shuffle your shoulders. Come up onto your tiptoes, knees are together. And then let yourself have a little rock side to side. So just have a little roll out across that lower back. And then if you're happy to, we can roll all the way to the right side. If you don't want to let those knees flop all the way down, no problem. Maybe looking left. And then take that left hand, draw your big semicircle across your chest that rolls you onto that right side. Have a little tap and then open all the way back out again. Flopping into the floor, lovely. And then if we go again. Lovely. And let's flop that arm back out. Feel the upper back rolling down into the floor. Nice. Come back up to the centre. Pivot on those tippy toes. And just have a little rock side to side again first. Over you go to the left when you're ready. Take that head away if that feels comfy. And just relax into that stretch. Release, relax. Take that right hand, sweep it over your chest. Let your body roll onto your left side, little tap tap. And then just come all the way back. Feel the upper back just relaxing down. Let's just do 1 more. Over you go. And open that arm out again. Lovely job. And then if we just squeeze those knees back to the centre, fabulous. Relax those arms. Now we've been in lying for long enough, so what we're going to do is bring ourselves up to sitting. Bring yourself up however you're comfortable. So rolling myself up is really not comfortable anymore. So I'm going to push myself up from the side. Now we're going to take the soles of our feet together. We've got a nice big space now to pop bump into. If this isn't comfortable and you find you might need, might mean that your hips are a bit tight. So just allow your feet to push away slightly. Oh, pardon me again. Take a breath up into your chest and then just allow the chest to lengthen forward slightly. So you're trying to keep your spine nice and long. So you're not actually going to get very close to the floor, especially not if there is a bump there. But we're just trying to keep the spine lovely and long as we allow the hips to open up and those inner thighs get a bit of a stretch at the same time. So keep trying to lengthen the space between the bottom of your tailbone and the crown of your head. And then let's just come on up. Take a lovely big deep breath into that chest, and then one more time just allow that chest to reach forwards. Lovely. And then just come up. Change your legs into whatever position is most comfortable for you for seated. So cross-legged is fine, but if that's not comfortable, V shape or legs out. And I just want you to focus on having your spine stacked up like Lego bricks here. And if that means that when you're sat, you need to use your hands just as a little bit of scaffolding to keep your spine tall, then no problem, pop your hands down to keep that spine nice and tall. So let's just sweep around to your right side. So if you sweep around to your right side, lovely spine twist, and just pause. Right hand is your scaffolding, so use it to keep that spine lovely and high. And then if we hold the twist, look over the left shoulder, look back over the right shoulder, look forwards over the left one again, and then just bring the head back to center. And then just step it around to the left. Left hand is your scaffolding, lifting up into that chest as you hold that lovely spine twist. And then just look over the right shoulder. Have a peek over the left one. Have a peek over the right one. Back to the centre. And then everything else comes back to the centre. Right hand steps away, up you go with that left one. Like we did at the beginning, come back to the centre and then go over a little bit more. So big stretch. Oh, I could feel that right into my lower back, over my hips. It was gorgeous on that left side. And then just pause. And then just let the shoulder come forwards, up and over. Left one lands, over you go with the right. Oh, such a nice stretch. And then come back to centre. Over you go again. Come back to centre. Last one, go over and hold. And then let the shoulder just dip forwards a touch, up and over. And relax there. Good. Roll those shoulders back. Relax your hands wherever you like them, unless you're using them to help keep your spine tall. Dropping that chin in. Head comes up. Drop that right ear down. And if you want to, right hand lays on side of head. And then release hand, come up, left one down. Put that hand on. comes back up. Last one, chin to chest. Hammock your fingertips, and if you want to lay those hands on, you can do. Just keep the spine nice and tall as you do that. And then release your hands. Take that lovely big inhale to the top. And as you exhale down, I want you to really draw your shoulder blades down away from the ears. So I want you to physically feel them drawing down and away. Come on up, do that again. So pull those shoulder blades down, draw them down, draw them down, draw them down low. And then take those arms on up, bring them together, slide them down, and sign off for your morning wake-up call. Hopefully feeling that that spine's a little bit more limber now and that we're ready for the day ahead. So thank you for being with me this morning. Have a wonderful day. Blue sky out there today, looks lovely. Very autumnal though, keep warm. And I will see you guys on Monday morning for our regular Pilates session. So look after yourselves, look after your bumps if you are prenatal. And I will see you soon.